everyone, I'm Heather Dawson, and it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. And this week, we start off in West Hollywood. Well, you don't have to be a celebrity to live like one. California Life's Audra Stafford takes us inside the residences at W Hollywood.
The residences at W Hollywood are located just blocks away from some of Hollywood's most iconic landmarks, so it's only fitting that those who live here would get the A-list treatment. The residences at W Hollywood offer high-rise living in high style.
If I had to choose just one word to describe our penthouse suites, it would be wow.
Take a look around and you'll see why. Polyform, Barclay Butera, eConnect Group, and Cantoni are just a few of the innovative designers who have made their mark on these over-the-top showplaces. But the residences offer a broad range of floor plans with prices to match.
Our residences run anywhere from the 400,000s to $3.5 million. So, really we sort of have a little bit of everything for everybody.
In addition to the homes themselves, residents enjoy a number of amenities, like this incredible rooftop space complete with a pool, party decks, and even a dog park.
Our dogs have better views than most people, 360-degree views of all of LA. It's fantastic space.
Then, of course, there's the 24-hour concierge.
So you can be up at the roof deck at 2 in the morning and crave some French fries and chicken fingers. All you have to do is text the concierge. They'll take it from there. The next thing you know, room service is delivering it on a silver platter to the side of the hot tub.
And the Acura car service will deliver you anywhere you want to go within 5 miles.
That's a great amenity that a lot of people take advantage of when they're getting to dinner, to a special event, and they want to arrive in style.
The W's location at the corner of Hollywood and Vine means many hotspots are within walking distance.
You've got theater, as in the Pantages. You've got great restaurants, great bars, great retail and shopping.
And if you feel like staying home, you can go to the hotel side.
Residents can go to the hotel side, utilize the Dre's pool, go to Dre's, go to the Delphine, and utilize all of those facilities, including the Bliss Spa.
Or watch a movie in the residence's private screening room.
With the full-service staff and the rooftop deck and the theater, it's a fun, easy, kind of self-contained place to live.
Bringing you the best of California from Hollywood, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
One minute before the cars are released, this is Route 4A. 73 to 81 FIAM to GT, GTX, AAGT, and GTU cars on pole Bruce Canopus. Look at that front row. And away we go. Bruce Canopus in that Porsche 935. It's the 1979 model. Is the leader as they go through the turnaround. Looks like one of the Greenwood Corvettes, I believe. Monitor when they complete the first. John Murray, Stephen McNeil, Jeff Lewis, Bill Ockel, and Steve Walker, Zach Brown, Ken Upson, and Tom Hedge. What's going on with Jennifer? Jennifer is retiring, going to the back paddock of that era. A lot of these cars competed in Trans Am and also in IMSA.
Coming up on California Life, our next guest is a former model and holds the record for the most expensive residence ever sold in downtown LA. We sit down with Davina Potratz in the hit show Selling Sunset. Plus, Elton John and Taupin respond to seeing Rocketman for the first time. All this and more when we come back. Stay with us. She's a former model, a professional realtor, and holds the record for the most expensive residence ever sold in downtown LA. Joining us in studio from the hit show Selling Sunset is Davina Potratz. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I mean, what a resume. That's impressive.
Yeah, I've been working in real estate a long time. I'm excited. I'm very proud of a lot of work I've done. So, yeah.
And you're also a local girl, went to Pepperdine, so from California.
Yeah, I used to play beach volleyball for a long time. I love the beach and the sun and just love California.
I find real estate just, fascinating in itself. And
Thank you,
how did you get to this point? I mean, this is quite a success for you.
It's so sweet, thank you. So I was an advertising major, and I used to drive around houses in Malibu just to get photos from my projects and use it as like a magazine cover and play with that. And so I would door knock on people's house doors and say, hey, I'm a student, can I take pictures of your living room or bedroom if they allowed? And I would use it for my project. I offered to send it to them at the end when I was done. And that's kind of how I got started into looking at beautiful houses and door knocking and connecting with people. And that just kind of naturally, ultimately turned out into real estate for me.
Do you find that just working on the show especially that it's just competitive with other realtors?
It is very competitive, super competitive. There's many great agents out there. There's also just a huge volume of agents. There's just a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm interested in real estate, I'm gonna get my license. They kind of treat it a little bit like a hobby or a side job. It really needs to be a full-time career. You have to be all in to really be able to offer the best advice to your clients,
What is it like behind the scenes? I mean, are you friends?
So we are real friends. We are a real family, and because we spend so much time together, of course, sometimes people lock horns and they have disagreements, or, I like sushi, I like Mexican. It could be as simple as that. It could be as complicated as having, serious disagreements about clients or transactions. Anything happens, but we also ultimately all love each other.
And I think people sometimes hear they are real people, so doing
we are
a
real
job,
people,
so.
yes, exactly. And they don't know us, and I think sometimes they think they know us, good or bad, whatever that might be. So that's a little bit weird, but we're getting used to it.
Well, I'm excited to get to know you even more on the show.
Sweet.
So thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
We are anxiously awaiting. Hopefully, we'll have a second season.
Thank you. Yes, thanks for having me.
And coming up next, if you are heading to the theater, you need to check out Rocketman. In fact, Elton John and Taupin respond to seeing Rocketman for the first time in Cannes. Plus the latest Super Age Eraser, the secret behind flawless skin without surgery. All this and more when we come back. Heading to the movies, Elton John and longtime lyricist and writing partner Taupin respond to seeing Rocketman for the first time at the Cannes World Premiere.
I never thought in my 73rd year that I'd be sitting here in Cannes with a film coming out. To be honest with you, I was blown away. I was very moved. I cried the first time I saw it, and I cried a lot this time.
It was a wonderful experience, and I echo Elton's feelings 100%. I mean, it was very emotional. There were a couple of scenes in it where, I was quietly sobbing, to be quite honest.
I knew Taron could sing, and as soon as I met him, I felt that there was something special there. And when I first heard him sing Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, I was flabbergasted. I went, God, this is so difficult to sing. This is just as good as my version, really. There are some very, very dark moments in the movie. And you feel, but the music lifts it out of the darkness. And the music, and he's done, not only did he have to perform my life, he had to sing my life. And that's a double whammy. And when I look at him singing, and when I look at him acting, I am not looking at Taron Egerton, I'm looking at me. And so that's what moves me. It's like, this is me here.
One of the magic things about the film is that you really, really believe that these two characters, it's them against the world initially, and then they go along for the ride.
I'm very, very proud of this movie. I'm very proud of my life. I'm proud of him.
And I mean, our songs do have a cinematic quality to them. They're stories. You don't imagine a movie being made about your life. I think you imagine that they usually do that about people who have passed away, and luckily we're still around to appreciate it,
Whether you're looking to reverse your age or get flawless skin, then you might know about world-renowned Dr. Obagi. His name is synonymous with skin rejuvenation. Our very own Georgette Copes talks with the legendary doctor about the true secrets to flawless skin.
I'm Georgette Copes here at the Obagi Skin Health Institute in Beverly Hills with a world-famous dermatologist. Some tips to invigorate your skin and maintain that healthy glow. He is the face of healthy skin and for years has made his mark in the world of dermatology.
I'm a visual guy. I have creative ability to orient the treatment right and left. And dermatology is the only field that gives me that chance.
What inspired Dr. Zain Obagi to create Zeo Skin Health is truly remarkable. He is recognized internationally as an innovator and educator.
35 years ago, I created the concept of healthy skin, and we were focusing at that time in dealing with physicians. 30 years later, we found out that we should reach out to the public. We should go and provide women with a skin care that's really meaningful, enable them to maintain the skin in good shape and younger looking.
Here at the Obagi Skin Health Institute in Beverly Hills, Dr. Obagi is passionate about helping patients look and feel their best.
Everybody can enjoy healthy skin. It's a simple thing to do, just like being physical, to keep your body in good shape, eating healthy diets, and to stay strong and vigorous. Skin health is needed by everyone.
There is a distinct difference between Zeo Skin Health and Zeo Medical.
Zeo Medical have medical grade ingredients and agents that are used to treat a disease, while Zeo Skin Health addresses needs of the skin to keep skin free of disease and look young.
Dr. Monica Karapolsky is a board-certified dermatologist, and she also stands by Dr. Obagi's convictions. It really is possible to maintain youthful looks.
It is. There are lots of things we can do on a daily basis to keep our skin looking young and moist, dewy.
And there are steps women in their 20s should be taking to ensure healthy skin.
Sun protection is key, so if you're only going to use one thing every day, make sure it's a sunblock. But if you're in your 20s and you can add something else, like a topical retinoid, a vitamin A derivative, even better.
We also learned what women in their 30s and 40s can do to stay on that healthy track.
30s and 40s are the time when not only do you have to have a good skincare regimen at home, but you can also start doing Botox and fillers. So with Botox, we want to soften the muscle movement so that we don't get wrinkles when we're not making facial expressions. After the age of 30, we lose bone, muscle, fat, and we have fillers for that. We can take fat from one part of your body and transfer it to another. The key is to keep somebody looking young and not like they've had something done.
As Dr. Obagi explains, there are ways to purchase his key products, so the road to healthy skin will always be accessible.
Zeo Skin Health and Zeo Medical will be available in many of the dermatologist offices. You have to go to a doctor for Zeo Medical. However, now we are creating Zeo Skin Health Center across the country, hopefully. Every center will provide Zeo Skin Health for anyone who desires to have healthy skin. At the same time, you can go to Zeo Skin Health Inc. or my company and look for the non-medical product. You can order that through the internet.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm Georgette Copes for California Life.
Epilepsy is a mystery to many, even those who suffer from it. With dozens of types of seizures and even more potential causes, the CDC estimates 3.4 million people of all ages live with epilepsy in the U.S. alone. And when a young girl, then 9 years old, started having seizures of her own, she set out to do something about a lack of awareness and support for this often misunderstood and potentially fatal condition. Brent Weber has the story from Reading.
I've had epilepsy since I was in 5th grade. I was about 9 or 10 years old.
When Kaya Davis had her first epileptic seizure, everyone, her parents and Kaya, had no idea what to do.
Before I even had the seizures, I didn't even know that they existed. Like, most people don't know what epilepsy is.
And living in less populated Shasta County, Kaya and her family had to work to learn more.
Until we could get more help there, we started groups ourselves and started reaching out to parents, reaching out to kids to find a relatable source to, ultimately we just need each other.
I want everyone to know what epilepsy is. I want them to think it's a big deal. I want everyone to wear purple on March 26th.
Which is what Purple for Kaya and her Seize the Sundial event are all about. Held in 2019 for the first time on Purple Day, recognized globally to bring awareness to epilepsy. This is Kaya's doing, with help from family and friends, to make this day and every day about eliminating the fear when faced with someone having a seizure.
So things that cause my seizures are stress.
She had to go through many testing, CT scans, EKGs, ambulatory, sleep deprivation tests, everything, and we really couldn't find where it was coming from. They have no answers and very little research.
More than 300 people took part in the first Seize the Sundial at Reading's iconic Sundial Bridge, including the city's new representatives from the National Epilepsy Foundation. A chapter opened since Kaya began her journey to raise awareness 5 years earlier.
Epilepsy has a stigma attached to it, which silences a lot of people, and Kaya did not understand that, so we partnered together and pursued a campaign of ending the silence on epilepsy.
Now in high school, she's even recognizing those who face the unknown to learn more about helping those with seizures.
If someone has a seizure, it doesn't even have to be me, just anyone has a seizure and somebody makes an act towards it to help them, then it's an act of heroism and they get an award for helping out.
To learn more about epilepsy, which affects 1 in 26 Americans, and Kaya's efforts in the North State, find Purple for Kaya on Instagram and Facebook, and you can visit the National Epilepsy Foundation and the CDC's website for more information. Bringing you the best of California from Redding, I'm Brent Weber for California Life.
According to an American Sleep Association survey, nearly 38% of the participants reported unintentionally falling asleep during the day at least once in the preceding month. The need for sleep is real. Ava Weeks shares a few tips to help us all rest with ease.
May is Better Sleep Month, and there's no better time than now to brush up on your sleep hygiene.
It's important to actually have a nighttime routine, something you do the same way every night before bed for about a half an hour. It should involve a few activities that are relaxing and calming. You want to have a comfortable sleeping environment. So you may be able to tell I'm actually in a Mattress Firm store right now, so I got to tell you that what you sleep on is important.
Experts say sometimes it's also what we're doing during the day that keeps us from resting well at night.
Getting a good 20-30 minutes of exercise every day has been shown to help with the quality and quantity of sleep at nighttime. You want to avoid substances that can worsen sleep. So the main ones being alcohol, nicotine, and definitely caffeine.
And the main culprit likely impacting proper sleep for us all.
It's hard to pin down just one thing because there's so many things that affect how we sleep. But if you had to choose one, it's lack of prioritization of sleep. I feel like we live in a world that's pretty fast-paced, lots of things vying for our attention, and oftentimes we don't prioritize the sleep that we need.
Go to dailydose.com for more tips and information.
When relatives all get together, it's the perfect time to discuss your family health history.
We know that cancer is caused by an accumulation of mutations in genes, and we know one of the key genes that drives cancers in women, principally breast and ovarian cancer, is the BRCA gene.
That knowledge may lead a woman to seek genetic testing.
In the case of ovarian cancer, any patient with ovarian cancer should have testing, and there's multiple reasons why that's true. One, it provides prognostic information of how she's going to do. Number two, it opens up some treatment avenues that she wouldn't otherwise have available. And then the third thing is we can prevent cancers in that particular patient. And the fourth thing that's really important to talk about is that we can then test relatives also if she's found to have that mutation and actually prevent cancers from ever occurring in other patients.
Visit bebrcaware.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Erin V.
And I'm Brian Boitano, and we're here on the floor of the 2019 ICFF show to discover what is hot in design.
I love this show here in New York. I mean, it's one of those that's really evolved over the years from a little boutique fair into the creme de la creme of contemporary furniture.
Yeah, and especially here at Baldwin, there's a lot of exciting things happening, including your new line.
Absolutely. Hollywood Hills, my collection with Baldwin, has been a really fun collaboration. When I designed it, I wanted something that would warm up a modern house and bring a little contemporary edge to a traditional space.
And it really does, and that's why we chose the Hollywood Hills line for our home renovation in San Francisco. It's just going in right now, and I wanted something that would be timeless, and we can live with the Hollywood Hills line forever.
Well, I can't wait to come and visit and see it.
I can't wait for you to come.
For more, visit baldwinhardware.com and check out the style selector where you can figure out which hardware collection is right for your home.
And that does it for us. If you missed any part of our show, please go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'll see you next time.